BH. Go ahead. Hello, BH. Righto, he's just taken his position. Start now.
Begin?
Yes, whenever you say, I think we'll clear them out. You tell them when you think we had enough, which I think is now.
The 10th session of the Council of Ministers of the Central Treaty Organization. And I have the pleasure to call upon the Right Honourable Earl of Hume, Foreign Secretary of the United Kingdom,
Secretary General, it's almost exactly a year ago since we met in Ankara and enjoyed the hospitality of our Turkish friends. And I'm happy now to welcome my colleagues and their delegations in London and to try and return in some measure the generosity which has always been given to us whenever we have met as a council abroad. There are two foreign ministers who have joined us since last year. First, Mr Aram, who of course is a great expert on the problems with which our alliance is concerned. We're delighted to see him back with us. And then there is Mr Erkin, who is hardly a new boy. I don't really know whether he's ambassador or foreign minister. He calls himself each alternately at times. But we're, of course, delighted to have him back with us in London. And then lastly, there's the Secretary General, on whom we welcome very much, and on whom we depend so much for the efficiency of the running of our organization. I have here a letter from the Prime Minister, which he has asked me if I will read to you. He says, I'm very sorry not to be here in person to welcome my distinguished friends from Iran, Pakistan, Turkey and the United States to London for this important meeting of the Cento Council. As you may know, I've had a long-standing engagement in North America which it has not been possible to change. I have, however, asked the Foreign Secretary to give you this message of greeting, as I should like to feel that I had some part in your deliberations. Her Majesty's government continues to strive for peace and justice and security for all. We must never let slip an opportunity of reaching agreement on the major issues of world peace, and we must combine firmness with patience and breadth of vision in our negotiations. We seek coexistence and cooperation, but the program of the communists has done nothing to remove suspicions. They tell us that they seek victory for their creed, whatever the means. Therefore, while we must be conciliatory, we must remain on our guard against aggression and subversion, and in this Cento has a most important role to play in the defense of the free world. Our alliance brings a feeling of confidence and thus contributes to the stability of the area. It builds up the political solidarity of its member countries, which no less than their combined military power is a significant deterrent against communist infiltration, and it provides a framework of security within which member countries can develop their resources to the full. Cento has no aggressive purpose nor designs upon anybody. Moreover, it is much more than a defensive alliance. Prosperity is a vital objective of its members, no less than peace. Iran, Pakistan, and Turkey all have great economic and social achievements to their credit in recent years, but even so, their needs are immense. Although our assistance to them in tackling their problems has been modest, compared with the massive aid provided by the United States, we have been glad to give it and to contribute in this way to their economic and technical development. The United Kingdom carries a heavy worldwide burden of aid. We are making a determined effort to strengthen our economic base, and this is the best way of improving our ability to help our friends. The fact that we cannot at present afford to spend more does not detract from the high importance which we continue to give to our defense and aid programs for Cento. I emphasize this as a token of our faith in Cento, our belief in its ability to fulfill its purpose, our conviction that every ounce of support that we can give it is very much worthwhile. I wish you a most successful meeting and a pleasant stay in London. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Central Treaty Organization, I take pleasure in welcoming the distinguished delegates to this, the 10th session of the Cento Ministerial Council. These pressures are occasionally varied. The unity and the increasing degree of cooperation which the member countries have achieved to some extent explain the second fact to which I referred a minute ago. As a result of Turkey's, Iran's, Pakistan's undeviating resistance to Soviet bloc aggression, not a single country in the Middle East has been taken over by Soviet pressure or by Soviet subversion. And it is reasonable to believe that to some extent this situation is attributable to the existence of the Central Treaty Organization. Cento must be strengthened if it is to fulfill. Even more important, I'm convinced, is the need for rapid modernization of the social and economic structures of regional countries. By the support for the varied programs in the course of this meeting, I'm confident that the ministers will